Okay, our next unit is a much bigger unit, obviously, and it revolves around the Russian Revolution. Now, I'm going to start at the Russian Revolution. Not that we need to know every detail about the Russian Revolution, you really don't. And as I pointed out on the Hub, there are so many Netflix shows and docu-series that you can watch, one of them being The Last Tsars, which is pretty good, but ask your parents, because it gets a little steamy there. Um, so there's lots to learn about. We are not going to focus really too much on all the nuts and bolts of why the revolution happened. It could be an entire course in itself. What we're really focused on is the change of government from a feudal or kings and queens, czars and czarinas, to communism, the world's first communist country, which would become the USSR, right? Obviously. And we are going to focus on especially the crimes of Stalin and what communism does to an individual. So, let's begin, shall we? Before 1917, Russia was, well, I don't feel right about this. Don't you feel something's wrong? Something is missing. I can't teach like this. Hang on for a second. Whew. All right, now I've got my teaching plaid on. We are good to go. All right, where were we? Oh yeah, the Romanovs. So the Romanovs were a royal family in Russia that, of course, down the line, king, father to son, father to son, father to son. And basically, this guy's name was King Nicholas, or in Russia they call them Tsars, Tsar Nicholas, and his wife, of course, the Tsarina. Now, these two ruled at the turn of the century in Russia. Were they beloved? Yes, absolutely. But they had a few things happen to them that were very misfortunate, or unfortunate, I'm sorry. The first was his coronation. So basically, there was a rumor at his coronation. They had this huge, big coronation for the king. Everyone came. And there was a rumor there was free beer and these little souvenirs you can get, right? So all of a sudden, there was a rumor that went through the crowd that, well, they were running out of beer and they're running out of souvenirs. So people surged forwards and you had basically a human stampede. Over 1,300 people. 1,300 people died that day. So it sort of put a pall on the Tsar's reign right from the beginning. And it was said that he kind of was a bit of aloof and didn't really care. He actually did care, but the optics were very bad. Also, poor Tsar Nicholas, of course, lost a war with Japan. That wasn't good. And of course, World War I, he decided to take matters into his own hands and become commander-in-chief of the Russian forces. Not very good when you don't know what you're doing. And of course, loss after loss, the confidence in the Romanovs went down, especially towards the revolution of 1917. So you have this situation where this family of the Tsars, and the Tsar's family, they had a number of children. They had all daughters and one son, and that's going to be very important because we're going to talk about that in a bit. And basically, they lived this opulent lifestyle and completely aloof. I would say the word of the day today is oblivious. That's right, oblivious. Kind of like, spring breaker on the beaches of Florida, college kids from America. Woohoo, I don't care about coronavirus. That kind of oblivious, That's what I'm talking about. So they live this life. People are starving in Russia and they don't care. They're giving each other priceless Fabergé eggs for birthday presents. That's what I'm talking about. So you have... And that's the beginning of the Russian Revolution.